All right, 1, 2, 3, let's get it. Let's go. Welcome back to the Local Celebrity Podcast.
On episode
we got a special
7,
guest.
we got Chris Montante right here in the building.
I love it, man. Let's get it. All right, man. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Thank you guys for having me.
I appreciate you for coming on the show.
Local Celebrity Podcast. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. This is my first ever interview, so bear with me. But
we're lucky to have you, bro.
We're lucky. We're blessed.
This is it. And it's the first time we're here, right? Where's this new place?
Yeah. All right. So
you gotta explain that a little bit.
All right. So right now we're in my sister's salon. Actually, she does hair. Valerie fixed my hair. Your girl has probably gotten her hair done by her. But yeah, we in the building. We switched it up because we have a special guest. Introduce yourself a little bit.
Oh shit, yeah, my name is Chris Montante, or Christopher, full name. I don't know if you guys want to know that, but yeah, my name is Chris. I'm a photographer based out of Gardena, California.
Crazy
LA, also general. I always say LA, but I'm from Gardena. I like to rep Gardena, but
absolutely.
Work purposes, I'm from all over. If you need me in LA, I'm from LA. You feel me?
Check his Instagram. He's worldwide.
Yeah. We gotta drop a bomb on him. Real quick. Nah, but man.
Bless.
Nah, that's cool, bro. Like, I appreciate you coming on the show, cause I
appreciate it a lot, bro.
Cause I know we're just starting up, but man, just doing this right here just makes it go crazy.
It's local shit, man.
Facts.
It's like I don't want to do no Hollywood shit. It's like this is some real.
Raw.
And then y'all don't know me too, so this is like perfect, cause it's like it's lit. Like everybody
we're
gets,
really gonna dive in.
And everybody gets to know it's lit. Like,
and we're taking a couple shots, couple drinks. Like we're feeling
drinking,
good. Yeah. Hopefully you feel comfortable already.
My future said drinking and smoking, baby. Let's get
it. Yeah, man. But let's tap into it, man. Like, why do you consider yourself like a local celebrity, like in your city?
Well, I don't think I'm a celebrity. I think more of like
he's humble.
Well, I just forget. You forget. Like, I don't think you like people. You only remember when those moments happen, but like other than that, you just don't even pay attention to that. You're not thinking about that shit. But now I'm a photographer. I like take pictures of celebrities and shit like that. I would say, but I'm more of like I would say like documentarian / like creative photographer and director too, because I do videos too. That's where I actually started, but thank God photos blew up for me because I really wanted to do that, but obviously this shit is competitive as hell, so it's just not easy.
You're doing your shit, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, like,
you're moving faster than most people.
But the thing is, you can never get too comfortable, so it's like for me, like,
I love that.
Like people always look at you and be like, damn, like, okay, you made it, or like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is like I'm blessed to say where I'm at, but it's like at the same time, I don't feel that because I'm always worried and like not worried, but like worried about the next shit that I have to worry about. Yeah. So it's never
that's good having that though.
Yeah, and I seen like Drake. He was talking about it. He was saying like something where he was like once you get too comfortable, that's when the next person up is gonna come in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
take over. So he's always worried about the next one up. So that's why you can never really get too comfortable.
Yeah, and then being around like all the people I'm around with, like they've really like engraved that into me. Like, and then like before all this shit too, like I was always like the quiet, like not quiet actually, like super like people person, but I was more of like always on my own,
on
like,
your own, like
type shit. Yeah, like doing my own thing type thing. And then like shit happened. Like I think the way my life happened, like good or bad, it kind of really puts you where I'm at now. Like that's why I feel like when people look at me and be like, oh shit, like I'm 21 and I got where I'm at, they're like, damn, this guy must have being on some either plugged up or like some shit, but it really isn't like all of that. It's really like shit happened early on in my life where I was like, shit got real, and then it's just like I reacted a certain way where it got me to like be on my shit at a younger age. That's why I always tell people, is like, bro, my biggest advice to anybody, if you're young, obviously this is more for like people like I'm talking about 17, 18, anything under or even in high school, do whatever. Well, it's like, it's hard though, because then you have to sacrifice like school shit too. Like, and then if you're part, like, that's also fun too. But like, even me, like, I always look back and be like, I might have not had so much fun when I feel like my friends did, but now I'm also doing all these crazier things that my friends wish they would be doing. True. And it's hard to look at your friends the same way, because you're also like, I'm here because I'm also doing this, and then you're here because maybe you're not doing all of this, but it's like, it's all love. Like, that's why I be telling everybody, it's like, everybody got their time, whether it's young, old, middle-aged. I've seen it all, bro. I've seen people like 40 years old, like living their best life, like in Europe. Like, that's what you got to think about. Like, the world is huge. Like,
absolutely.
This shit
you
is
get
big,
too comfortable
like,
here because that's all you really know.
Yeah,
like,
and you see your peers and shit. Like, don't get stressed out. Like, try not to, like, even me, like, I be looking around too sometimes, because you be on social media and shit. You be like, worried about shit. Try to like obviously eliminate that as much as you can. Like, it's not easy, but
Yeah,
shit.
that's dope though.
You know, it's just a work in progress. Like everybody's a work in progress. You gotta keep just trying to do better every day.
Yeah, that's dope.
But anyways, you see how I sidetrack a lot?
Nah, we're gonna let you talk.
I mean, I don't really know you, so like I'm just getting to know you and
So basically, I'm gonna talk real quick on like how I kind of got started.
Yeah,
let's let me
so you guys, and then we'll do all the other questions. Yeah, I don't want. So basically, I started shooting when I was like 13. Basically, the transition from middle school to high school, I picked up a GoPro. That was like my first camera.
Bro, I think everybody starts with a GoPro.
Yeah, I started with a GoPro, and then it was like the GoPro Hero 3, I think, or the Hero 2 or something like that. It was it was like the coolest one at the time, and it was like I was excited just because I was just young. I was like 13. I was trying to make videos. It was like either go out with your friends or like be on your phone or be on video games. I was like, this is lit. I'm gonna go do this. And at the time, YouTube was like kind of popping, so it was like you were seeing videos and you were like, I want to go do that shit too. So I was doing all that for fun for like 2-3 years. I went to high school for freshman, sophomore year, but then I got kicked out of high school. So then,
man, what were you doing, man? What were you doing?
That shit was so bad. But anyway, I genuinely didn't have good grades, so then I just got kicked out. Yeah. And then I went to, because I had a permit at a school where I was trying to go to. Yeah. So I lost the permit basically.
So you're from Gardena, huh?
Yeah, I went from Gardena, but I went to school in Torrance.
Oh, okay.
I went to school in Torrance for 2 years, so shout out to North.
You were the bougie area.
But then shout out to them because I fucking learned so much being in that school and being in around that environment. That's like dope. Just seeing a different environment from where I was used to, you feel me? So it was like I got to see shit. So then when I came back, when I got kicked out, I went back to my home school, which was Gardena. Shout out to Gardena. I went back and it was like easy because it was all my old friends. So it was like, all right, easy. But I went back with a different mindset. Like I wasn't the same anymore because I had seen different shit and like, you know what I mean? So it's like.
You adapted.
Exactly. Right. So and then I come back to Gardena and it was cool though because it was like, it was all my friends. So I was happy. I got a girlfriend, so it was cool and all that shit. And then like it was just chill life. But then I was always doing like, bro, I was the kid. That's why I always tell people, I was like, doesn't matter what people think of you, just fucking do it. It's hard to like say it and do it, because even me, every day is a struggle, but like you gotta really just do what you want, because like I was the kid, bro, that I pulled up every day with a camera on him to high school.
For real?
For no reason. Like literally you could tell anybody in high school, I literally would just pull up Canon T6i and just like walk in and people be like, why the fuck you have a camera? I'll be like, shit, I don't know, shit. I literally have old fights, like high school fights on my DSLR, like professional ass HD.
He was world star.
Yeah, like it was lit. Like so it's cool. It's cool. Like I've been on it. So then I was doing that, and then I don't know, like I was always just figuring shit out. And then shout out to my boy Victor, 14 Trip, and Carrie, and South Park and all that, the whole gang over there. I went to the skate park and started going to the skate park. And then like I came from like a very like not conservative family, but like first generation. So
and if they don't know, he's
I'm
Latino,
Mexican. Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Yeah, shout out the Latinos out there, man.
Shout out to all my people out there. You know, we the best.
You know how those Mexican parents, man. They don't.
I'm gonna just chug this.
Yeah, shout out to them because they show so much. Like everybody always tells me, like, bro, your people are the best. We are the best. You feel me? So, but yeah, so I started like just not really knowing what was going on, like culture wise. Like I was more of like, I was the oldest kid, so it was I had nobody really to like look up to, right? So then I just was like, yo, like I want to do some cool shit, some fun shit. So then the skate park, quick, because my uncle skated, I went to the skate park, met everybody at South Park, and I started skating. Not even skating, you see, I couldn't even skate. I'm telling you, I didn't even know how to skate. So then then it was the next big thing was the camera, like pick up the camera and then just go shoot videos, and then I had the GoPro, so it was perfect. Started doing videos, and then they started introducing me to like the whole like pop, like hip hop world, like like this show here, this, and my friends. So
you go from like being conservative to being like, yo,
just seeing more skate, shit, like
all that, and
so then like not knowing, and then all this happened, and I've like basically, long story short, the homies start shooting concerts, and then I obviously get exposed to that, but I had strict parents, I had all this extra shit to deal with.
Hell yeah.
Being Latino, you already know how, you don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway,
you gotta be home by 10, huh?
And not even that, it's just
where you at, Texas?
Yeah, and then you're trying to tell them I'm gonna go do this, but they
don't even understand.
They think you're doing something crazy opposite, but hey, it's love. Like,
it's all love.
When you're in their shoes, you're gonna understand. You feel me?
But that's why we appreciate you coming on the show, because a lot of people don't even know, like, being Latino, we don't have a lot of people to look up to. So like when they see this, they're gonna be like inspired. So like you're breaking a barrier that I don't even know you're breaking. You know?
That's what I was gonna say, because it's like, I don't know, like I know I'm Latino, I know I'm Mexican, but it's like I feel like I grew up not even, like, as corny as it sounds, like not really paying attention to that shit. Yeah. Until I get older, like I feel like people constantly remind you what you are. So
you
it's
gotta
like,
be proud of it, man.
no, I'm proud of it, but it's almost like I forget because I'm telling you, I have an experience where like I've been like I used to go to sneaker cons all the time, and like I used to have like Latino dads with their kids just come up to me like, yo, like.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I fuck with you, like you just cool, because they're seeing me and I know they're seeing me like, damn, like.
Yeah, because they're not really used to seeing
and
that
I ain't
kind of
gonna lie, I'm Mexican, bro. I look
And bro,
Mexican,
you know
bro.
what's so
Like,
funny, bro?
this shit is not
like,
deceiving,
like
bro.
not even cap. Like let's talk about like him just dressing like this, bro. His grandma would literally like roast him before he steps out the
bro,
house.
my mom.
Like,
so yeah,
it's so new. Like they don't understand like
but
that type of fashion. You get me? And him stepping out like that, or like you doing that, like me getting into rapping and like
It's
all
like
that
you
stuff.
saying, I take
it's
pictures
so
of
weird.
people. It's
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
yeah, but it was like for my parents, like I obviously just finesse, be like obviously lying, like you're like
you gotta
finesse a little bit like here and there, but it's like I was being like, but the thing is I was genuinely being real. Like that's the thing with my mom always tells us, like I wasn't lying to you, like I was really like trying to do something better, because I was around everything, bro. I was around drugs, everything. Like at a young age, it was there, but I always knew like it didn't matter. Like I didn't see nobody different. It was just there. So then for a long time, I was around it. Probably like I didn't start really smoking or drinking probably to like end of high school.
Yo, same. I'm
yeah,
the
like
same
end
way.
of high school.
Like,
So it really
scared,
wasn't
bro.
like because it was like I couldn't go anywhere. I had no freedom. It was like
hell yeah.
school, home. So it was like, how am I gonna finesse?
Nah, and it was so weird for me.
I was like, how am I gonna finesse it in my schedule?
Yeah.
But anyways, point is that shit happened, and then I got lucky, bro. Like I had friends around it, and they were inspiring me with like the right music and stuff. And then I just always had big dreams, like I'm gonna do something special. So and then I was just started picking up the camera. So right after high school, I was like already like tapping in. Like social media is powerful, bro. Like
absolutely.
No matter what anybody tells you, like you're one DM away from anybody. Like nobody's too important to not be reached. Like if I get it, like some people claim they're too busy, I claim I'm too busy, but it's like just because you don't want to respond to it, but it's like it really is as simple as a DM. Like I kid you not, like all my shit that I've done was off a DM.
And like
no, listen, but also DM and not being annoying and know how to approach people, like your people manners and stuff like that. And then not only also that is having the catalog, having the work, trying to build the craft, whatever it is you're doing, because phonies will like the people that aren't really trying to like innovate or like really keep learning, it's gonna fade out. Like
your craft is crazy. I mean,
like it's gonna fade out. Like if you're not trying to push what you're trying to do, then you're not really gonna there's no longevity to it. Like you feel me? So you gotta always constantly try to like push. And like I feel like too, like I don't know, like it's complicated because the creative things is complicated, because it's like you have your good days, you have your bad days, you have your days that you don't know what the fuck to do. So but then I feel like that's the important thing about knowing
you're creative, so like that's your job.
But then like I don't know, like I've been I feel like I've genuinely been not doing something, but like seeing what I need to be seeing for the last like this would be my 4th year now, like being around people that I feel like are something. Yeah. So then it's like I feel like in the last 4 years, like I feel like I've learned to be okay with up and downs. Like be okay with like one day you're gonna be up, and then one day you're gonna slowly start seeing shit go down. But it's okay. Like it's okay. That's supposed to like be your root. So then one day you're just gonna come back stronger. The only thing is you can't forget that, like, because I'm telling you, the thing is people talk about it, but people don't exaggerate how difficult it actually is to do. Like, it's not the easiest thing to do. Like, you got to keep reminding yourself you're your best coach. You feel me? Like, ain't nobody, like, that's what I'm saying. You got to keep telling yourself the same thing to yourself as you would to tell your homie.
Yeah. You gotta like, motivate yourself.
Yeah, because it's like, fuck it. Like, your homies are cool. Like, I love them. But I even tell my homies, too, I'd be like, look, I'm trying to build my shit, too. So it's like, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Like, I love you. Like, I want to help you with a lot of shit. But it's like, I expect you to get your shit together as much as you expect me to have.
And then we all went together.
Exactly. 100%. Like if we could help each other, we're gonna help each other down the way. But it's really like, because at the end of the day, like even if I'm not helping you 100%, I hope all my friends know that like when I get to where, if I get to where I want to get and where I believe I could get, I'm gonna try to do shit, whatever I can.
And then I was gonna say, because I know you don't just do photography. I was talking to Scott, and he was telling me, like you trying to get into directing now too, or doing film.
Yeah. So I was doing videos in high school because everybody was doing photos. That was that was everybody's like thing to do, like photos. Instagram was popping at the time too, so it was like everybody was a photographer. So then I was like, oh, that's out. Like, let me try to do videos, because at the time Final Cut and all that shit had just started coming out. So I was like, like let me get on this, because nobody really knows how to use this real fast. So then I started using Final Cut, whatever, like finessed it off the internet, whatever, and just started working. And then that's what kind of got me into places too. because I was doing video before a lot of people were doing, like still even right now, like a lot of really good video, like videographers, there's not really that many. There's a lot, but then there's a lot that also like aren't, like the game is changing too. Where like it's going back to like editing and like really like VFX and shit like that. Like it's not really more of like knowing how to shoot.
Because like photos, you can slap on like a bunch of different
yeah,
filters,
you could do a lot.
Is like,
it's a different thing. So like video, the video shit changed, but at the time where I was doing it, like it was still very like
new.
Oh shit, like if you know how to do video, like shit, fuck it, just
You're
bring
like
him.
the only one
Yeah,
that,
like bring him on, like yeah, bring him
on.
on. So then I was doing video, bro. I was, and then I knew at the time where I was like watching video, I was like, because I was getting all my information off of YouTube too. Like shout out to YouTube University.
YouTube University, we like to shout that out.
I was out here just trying to see, and I was noticing like, you know what, let me buy certain equipment to like obviously reach out to these people. And then but then I also knew that like deep down you had to fucking, like at the time you had to like show your work, like
obviously,
no matter what, like it actually came down to your work. Like like you could get to these rooms. I'm telling you, there's a lot of photographers that get to these rooms and their photos are shit.
And speaking about the rooms though, like how is it being like a Latino in the rap industry though? Like
we're loved. We're loved. I mean, I feel like we're loved. Like I feel like it's all love to us. Like I mean, we have a good rep for the most part. Like as much people think we don't, like we do. Like Latinos really don't really seek too much trouble. I feel like we really loyal. Like we loyal, we care. Like if you treating us right, we're gonna treat you even better. Like type shit. Like you know what I mean? Like that's why I mean, I feel like the only thing that there is about Latinos is like that stigma of like, we're Latinos. Like there's a lot of us, so it's like people think they know us. Like I don't know, I don't know, like it's
or they
weird.
Categorized, you know?
Yeah, like it's like this corny like stigma of us, but it's cool. Like I'm past all that.
Yeah, because I just seen that too. Like Bad Bunny he was #1 global, and then right under him was like Drake, I think.
Yeah,
like it's so crazy. Like Latinos all of a sudden like
it's
they're slowly coming up. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like you can't, like we do have our own thing, but like I'm telling you, like
it was about
culture,
that time. Yeah,
culture came from, shout out to African culture, like
no, absolutely,
it came from them. So it's like really like no matter what, like we gotta give credit to them, because even me, like I'm around hip hop all the time, and I be realizing that like yo, like this is really like, because I'm telling you, I'm like, because again I'm a Latino shooting like that's the thing with me. Like I love what I do because I get to see cool shit and I get to document it. Like I get to be one of the only people with a camera at situations where everybody's like can't have their phone out. So I'm like, oh shit, like you know what I mean, like, and that's what I always try to tell myself, like when I'm working, I'm like, I'm wired in, like I love when I get to go shoot. Like when I get to go shoot, that shit is a whole experience. Like you get to like,
But I heard you're crazy with the cameras. It's
because it's fun. Like I'm telling you, I grew up off like when I was like, so when I started shooting like a little bit of concerts, I used to finesse like little concerts here and there, like just random shit, right? Yeah. I used to practice like shout out to RJ, bro. Like RJ, Mr. LA, bro. Like he was my first ever like.
Oh, he was the first one?
He was my first ever person to not even tag me, just post a picture of mine. Like,
oh shit!
Like first, yeah, like
was that like a big deal at the moment. Like,
that was
what? Like
that was when like that was when Omeo 3 came out and all that. Like that's when Gardino was going crazy with Omeo. Like that's when all the parties were pumped. So I was hyped because I had finessed my camera into I think it was the Novo, or so I forgot where it was, but I finessed my camera into the venue without obviously taking it.
And what is that struggle like just trying to get finesse like the equipment in, like I know that's
so
not easy.
I
know
knew,
it's not easy.
yeah, because so basically what they look for is like obviously detachable lenses and shit. Like the more fancy your shit looks, the less
like, you're not gonna get in.
So if you just start learning about camera shit, and you start learning that maybe you could finesse a better look, maybe using shit that doesn't look as crazy. You could get away. So it's like, for instance,
so maybe like one of these.
No, so that's what I use now. But like at the time, I used to I had the Canon. I used the Canon. I just put a 50 on it.
What's the difference between like a Canon and one of these? Like
a film, what's film and like DSLR, like you know?
The film and digital is cool. It's its own world. Like if you have money and you have the time, go ahead and explore film. It's just fun. Like it's cool. Like it's film. Like it's been around forever. Like you know the sensation you get of like taking a picture and not kind of knowing how it's gonna look, and then even if you really get into it, the thing is. That's the whole thing. That's the situation. It's like film there's stages to it. Like there's people that like you can shoot it and take it to a place and get it back and be like cool, but then there's the whole process too where like people actually like get the chemicals, do it, and because the problem is when you scan the photo, which is basically what the stores are doing for you, that's the editing process.
Okay.
That's why if you take it to different stores, you get different looks.
So like a filter.
So like a professional, like I would recommend photographers, like if you can't afford, like maybe do the whole development process, really look and pay attention to the certain location you're going to go get scanned, because the way they scan certain shit matters how it comes out. Like, because versus like I started scanning my own film, and like I started to figure out like, oh shit, like when I scan my shit, I'm learning it. Like I'm learning.
And I feel that's better because a lot of people don't really tap into like.
But the thing is like
stuff, you know.
Like,
I feel like people are more like
being ahead, huh? Like one step ahead.
Yeah, it's just fun. Like, I mean, if I'm getting paid to take pictures, like, let me just keep having fun doing what I do, like taking pictures. So it's like, why would I not? Why would I not reinvest into what I'm doing? Like, you don't feel me? Like, that's what I keep saying. Keep innovating. The problem is people want to explore. Like,
too.
No, they don't want to. They want to start celebrating because it's just like everybody's showing clothes and showing all this shit. So it's like, shit. Why would I spend $1,000 on this shit that's gonna sit here and I have to work on it, or where I can buy like some shoes and take it out to my friends and be like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
I
like,
mean, that's like one of the hardest things.
But that's what I tell my friends. That's what I be telling everybody, bro. It's like when you're young, and that's what I tell everybody. It's like that's the way I got ahead. It's like when I was young, I didn't give a shit about that. Like, I didn't care nothing about that because I was like, who cares? I had a job at McDonald's. I didn't care. I was just like, I'm trying to work. You feel me? Like, cause I knew I wasn't going to school. I knew I wasn't going to go to college. Like, I just kind of felt like, oh shit. Like,
so like, who have you worked with? No,
so basically, how it started, I started working for a YouTuber. Okay. So then right after high school, like 2017, I started working for a YouTuber. Shout out to Qiasomar, the sneakerhead. Shout out to him, my boy, the legend, the OG. He's the sneakerhead OG. He is the reason.
Hypebeast.
He's the reason a lot of these YouTubers and everybody exists. I'll give him the credit.
He said like
him and a lot of other people too. But shout out to my boy Kai. I'll always tell him, and he blessed me with the opportunity that I have today because he was my first like real opportunity. After that, like I was doing shit around like LA and shit like that. Like shout out to my other boy Lauren, like my neighbor. He was like giving me like all these opportunities. His mom was like looking out for me, like, oh, I got this person shooting for you, whatever. Anyways, I was doing a bunch of stuff, and then I got to start shooting with Kai's 2017. The way that started, I hit him up on Twitter. And I was like, I hit him up on Twitter. Wow. In college, like I did a semester in Santa Monica and then I dropped out.
Damn.
Yeah, I did a semester and I dropped out.
School, college sucks.
Yeah, it was
that
bad.
Traffic is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, crazy.
But again, new vibes. Like it was a whole new vibe. So it was cool. Anyways, dropped out of the first semester, but then I met him. The reason I dropped out too was because I met him. Okay. That's why I told all my friends too. It's like, you gotta go to school. Like if you don't have a plan, I don't care if you believe in your plan. Either go to school or get a job and work on your plan. Don't just like, I'm gonna work on my plan, like do this shit, like because it should, like it's too much. Like you gotta invest a lot of real money and a lot of real time and a lot of things. So it's like if it takes 2-3 years, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be okay with like progression, even if it's small or big. But just believing is important too. But anyways, I was doing that, and then I lost my training contract.
You were with Kais.
Oh yeah, I was with Kais, and then I started doing that, and then he invited me to go to shoot in Vegas. But you see, like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, he just told me, like, pull up to Vegas, like, for a sneaker con. Like, just pull up. Like,
what were you doing at the time?
Working at McDonald's. That's what I'm saying. I was working at McDonald's. But I was like, at the time, I was like, all right, like, cool. But I hit him up, and I didn't see that it was in Vegas. So I always tell him this story. And I was like, bro, like, I didn't know. And I knew if I had canceled on him, he was going to not ever want to fuck with me and everything. Because it's going to be like, oh, this was flaking, like, whatever. He's not real talk. He didn't know how old I was, though, either, too. So I didn't know about that. So then, anyways, long story short.
How old were you?
I was 17. I had just graduated. So I was like 17. Like, yeah. You could check the video on YouTube. It's on Qiasomar Las Vegas vlog, I think, some shit like that. Like it was, you could tell.
I'll pop it up.
Yeah, you could tell it's like a Ronin shot. Anyways, point is that's a cool video to watch. But that's where I started. I met him in Vegas, but he told me to pull up, and it was, bro. I guess how much I got to Vegas for?
How much?
Guess. Like, just give me one. Okay.
Let me say $100.
Under $500.
Oh, for you got Vegas? Money?
Yeah, and back.
Oh, round trip.
No flight.
No flight.
Yeah, no flight. So it could be really cheap. That's what I'm saying. Like I'll give you kind of.
I'm gonna say $100.
$60.
Oh.
So shout out to my tia. One of my relatives out in Vegas. I hit her up because she lived out there, and I found out. I was like, yo, can you let me stay? Yeah, come, you can stay.
Oh, so you just spent 16. You were.
So then I was like, all right, cool. So then I was like, how am I gonna get that? I'm gonna buy a flight, but the flights were expensive, bro, because it was sneaker con weekend, so it was kind of like popping. So I was like, oh shit. So then she told me, she was like, oh, there's this van I used to go to LA all the time. $30 there, $30 back on some Huntington Park shit.
I think it was Greyhound. No.
not even Greyhound, bro. On a van, like
that's
a
the one that
van.
the grandmas take.
Yeah, but that's what they say. You know, that's what they exactly. You know exactly. So that's what they send people. Like people send their grandmas and shit to. Oh, exactly. So I took one of them, bro. $60, bro. $30 there, $30 back, bro. It was the best. You see, I even told guys I was so scared because I was scared he was gonna flake on me.
Bro, 17 years old or 18?
Yeah, I was like
finessing the game.
Bro, no. Listen, let's go back to the Latino shit because I still tell my mom to this day. I'm like, if you would have told me no, if I would have listened to you and told me no, I would not be where I'm at.
She told you
today.
Yeah?
Bro, she told me yes after telling me no like 20 million times. I was like,
unbelievable.
I was like,
wow,
no. I was like, the only reason she said yes was because shout out to my relative in Vegas because she made it so much legit.
So let's
give her a round of applause.
Like, shout out to her, bro. She really like
applause for it.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for so then long story short, I go to Vegas, I meet him, he's cool, like I meet him, but that's it, and I'll never forget. Cause he was like, oh, when you go back to LA, like we might work together. I was like, all right, bet for sure. Like good news, right? That's some hope, basically.
That's what you want to hear.
Like hope, yeah. So then I get 2 days later in Black Friday, I'll never forget. He hits me up. He's like, yo, pull up to Hollywood, like. And at the time, I did not know Hollywood, bro. Like I didn't like. That's when you're.
I didn't even know Hollywood.
That's when you're from the South Bay and you don't even fucking know that side of town. You just see it on TV and shit.
Yeah,
so
because you're like Gardena. That's
so then I go to over there. I remember I had this old Chevy truck. I take my shit over there and I go over there and then like I meet up with him and we start shooting and then he like tells me, he's like, yo, like you want to work with me? Like I'll part-time type of vibe and like just basically just come.
He
and
was
whatever.
already up in
he
the
was
YouTube
already
world?
big. Like he already like I think like 2016 was like when he was like
He was
crazy. Yeah, like crazy. So like I met him 2017, so it was like right after like that shit. So then I kind of met him after that. So he was huge when I met him, like really big. I still think he's really big. He's he's underrated because it's just people like to hate on him. But
I don't know why though. I mean,
because it's just
it's because you know what it is.
It's just people like whatever.
You know what it is that
It's
the hype beast. When you're a hype beast or you're really into fashions, they're just gonna hate on you just because of that.
It's just a lot of reasons, but me and him know what it really is. We always know. Like,
but I mean, he gets the views, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we just know like the thing.
Let him hate.
Okay, so that's gonna bring me back.
And watch the
We're
money
gonna talk
pile
about this further down because it really is like that comes back to like credit and like how I feel about all that like shit's irrelevant sometimes. Like it's like if you're an innovator, you're an innovator. Like the fuck, like who cares if you get credit for all your shit that you think that you innovated? Like at the end of the day, you don't know what is what. Just whatever. Don't stress about that. Keep going.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like, but anyways, I was talking about working with him, and then he offered me this part time, but he didn't like. It wasn't no legit shit. Like it wasn't no like I'm gonna put you on payroll, like about to have a check. No, it was more of like
not McDonald's.
I'm gonna pay you like some money, slide you some money for helping me out. And I was like, all right, bet. And low key looking back at it, like that's crazy how I just dropped out, bro. Like I just believe, like that's what I'm saying. Like your belief to do shit, like you really have to believe in it.
And I already know your parents are on your head.
No, because you see, like that's what I'm saying. I was believing.
I know you lied to him.
I know. I kid you not. Like looking back at it, because I really like quarantine made me really sit back and look back at the person because imagine like I just came off a tour, like I just did all this shit, and then COVID hit, and this is the time of my life where I'm like thinking like shit's about to go crazy, right? And then just COVID hit and shit doesn't happen. I had a lot of time to reflect and just be like
2 months, 3 months,
just reflect and be like what really just went down the past 4 years. So it's been cool. That's why I'm like I was talking about
on tour and reflecting on the whole Corona situation. Like you had time.
Oh yeah, just shit. I was talking about the Kais thing too. Like just like basically, I'm gonna end that just real fast. Yeah. Basically, long story short, because that's like basically everything. Like honestly, like because right now who I work with right now, like I'm just starting to work with him. So it's just really right now like Kai's for real.
He opened the door pretty much.
Like he opened the door. So it's like for me right now, Kai's is like my man. Like he did so much more than just open the door. Like he just put me in a position to win, and like it was also like me like trying shit. Like you could tell him too. Like,
and I always say this too: it's more than even money.
Yeah, because
it's more of the opportunity.
Yeah, like, because people been around him, me, and everybody, and like they haven't. The thing is, if you're around opportunity, you also have to be aware of the opportunity and ready. Yeah, because it could come right by you. That's what I always tell people.
That's what you're talking about, your catalog.
You gotta have that catalog. So it's like every time I shoot, every time I went to any show or whatever, like it was real job. Like you gotta treat it like a job. Like you're going out there you have these artists in front of you for whatever like finesse show that you did. Yeah. Take advantage. Like you know what I mean? Like this is your opportunity to show the world what you could do. Like you might not have that personal one-on-one photo shoot that you want yet, but the shows is, that's why I like people, that's why I like events like Rolling Loud. I hope one day maybe in the future Mirage and you guys get to do like an actual like show, like that should be cool. Like,
hell yeah,
feel me, like shit like that, like people that do that and they let photographers come into shows. I love that shit. That shit cool because
absolutely,
because it's cool because it's like everybody deserves to shoot these artists as much as I do and everybody else do.
And
like,
then talking about shooting artists is like how did you even link up with Roddy? Let's talk about the Roddy situation, and then like how did that even happen? You know?
So I was working with Kais for like 2 years, and then after that, like I built my catalog, which is street. I mean, like I was shooting a bunch of streetwear. Like he was a hype beast, so I was shooting like all the Yeezys, all the newest shoes before they would come out. Like I was shooting. So
you're getting followers at this moment. You're like
and he was giving me shout outs. All my friends on the sneaker community, shout out to the sneaker community because they really blessed me. They were just blessing me. I was shooting all of them, all the YouTubers, I was shooting everything. Like every time I was going on, like I was going before like right after high school, you know how people go to school?
Yeah.
I didn't go to school, but I started working for Kai, so I started traveling for sneaker cons.
So it's like an internship. Let's not even call it like you dropped out.
But I was broke, bro. Like that's the thing people don't understand. Like I was broke. Like that shit was. That's what I'm saying. Like that was the big. That's right now the big chunk.
Like who would do that?
Everything. That's the struggle because the Kai team, like not that he was like obviously the struggle, but it was just more of like the grind. Like that was the time where like I really like there was no real like it was a real opportunity, but I also knew Kais like wasn't gonna like need me forever. Like you know what I mean? Like it wasn't gonna be like a forever thing. Like I knew it was.
And what gave you that mindset? Because like a lot of people don't even think about that.
Because I just felt like one, I'm telling you, I was on some part-time shit, so I wasn't making mad money. So it wasn't like I was like seeing money coming in. It was more of like I was seeing opportunity. Like I was getting paid with my mindset. I was getting paid with opportunity. So every opportunity I was taking, I was making sure I was getting my money's worth. So I was making sure if I was going to SneakerCon, I was making sure I was tapping in with everybody. Like what's good? Like my name was Chris. Woo woo. Oh, photographer over here. Okay, boom boom. Like meeting all these people, knowing shit because I knew people in my hometown weren't getting to see shit. I was coming back, bro. I was like, yo, I'm in this city and this city and this city every other week, and then people are just like, I haven't left. Like I was missing so many parties, but at the time that was the hardest thing. Like I was missing so many parties, but at the time I was like, fuck that shit. I'm going, and I would just come back.
Going global.
So then like I went and did that, and I like shout out to Kai. I cannot stop stressing that. Shout out to him because then I built my portfolio. Met everybody. He was meeting like all the right people too, like all the like Adidas. Right?
Help me!
So I was getting to learn the BS of the industry with the real, like like at the same time, like as it was happening, because I was also like just being around YouTubers, like you get to see that like finesse, the grind, and you get to see like the real like sophisticated ones that have everything like professional, right? Yeah. So then
the Roddy situation though.
So then I get there. So then fast forward to a year now, around this time actually, like October, September, the end, like Kais gets married and shit. So then I'm like, oh shit, like. I'm not like I'm like stressed out, but I'm just more of like in my head I'm really like, oh, like it's gonna get serious because he's gonna move in, like it's gonna be more of a family time. It might not be too crazy like as I was used to. So I was like, I need to get a job. I started getting valet jobs. I got a valet job. I got like a bunch of shit. I want to talk about this because I want to make sure people understand
talk about it.
That it's not like
and we give you the
overnight. And I want to make sure people are okay with like
you can't
if they had committed already and I had to go get a job, like be okay with that. Like
this is important.
Like be okay with like going back to whatever you had to go back to. It's
Humble
okay.
yourself.
Yeah, like it's okay. Like I'm telling you, like no matter what, like even if you get to the top, you've seen all these rich people like now are broke. Like you feel me? Like,
hey, when did it go from being like your hobby to a job?
And you see, but you're starting to understand that it wasn't really like I was treating like a job, but it really wasn't a job. Like I was just
a hobby.
Yeah, I wasn't doing shit. Like I wasn't buying shit. I wasn't really on shit. I was just on my grind. Like I was just doing whatever I had to do to work. Like that's it. I wasn't going to no parties, nothing. And like all the shout out. That's why I'm telling you, bro. I cannot stop stressing Kais, bro, because he was like blessing me with clothes at the time, like all the drip, like you, like even these shoes, bro. These shoes came from him. He gave them to me. I tell you, like even to this day, like Kais, like I'm telling you, like
He's
putting
humble.
shit on my back, like that's what I'm saying. Like even though he didn't like pay me, that fool gave me way more than just like money, basically. So then fast forward to this time, I'm like still like on the grind. Where like grind means like I'm constantly on my phone, DMing like whoever I see. You gotta know the industry as a photographer. You gotta know who's like the industry you're trying to tap into, because photography is so big and broad. Like you could be a fashion photographer, you could be a studio photographer, you could be a hip hop photographer, you could be a pop photographer, you could be a rock photographer. Like literally it changes. It changes for whatever you want to do. So whatever you want to do, figure it out. Learn who's who in the game. Like learn your branches and see who the fuck you gotta talk to. Because it's all about relationships. Like it's all about knowing who. Like these people that are taking the like opportunities, like these gigs that I want to get. Obviously, like with Up a God, one day I get these gigs, whatever that I'm dreaming of. You have to meet these people so then they could trust you, because the industry is about trust. Like once you obviously you build a catalog, and once you have the rep, then like the trust is easy. Like that's out of the question. You have the fucking rep, you know what I mean? But before that, you have to build trust with these people, because they're trusting you with one. If it's a lot of money, then it's a lot of money too, or just the vision or whatever. But then I started getting real, so then
Roddy
DMing people. And then I DM'd, he tweeted it out actually. He was like, yo, like I need a photographer. And I think Scotty, my cousin, like a bunch of people like DM'd him like just nonstop. As soon as I saw it, I was I was on some rampage shit. Like I was tagging him on all my photos, like sending like shit, 10 photos, bro. Like I was like, yo, like
you gotta choose me. I'm
crazy, right? On Twitter. I was with DP that day too. That's the craziest thing. I was literally with him. And on his Tesla, we were trying, I was like telling him like, bro, like you know, and then
the whole Roddy situation. Let's speak on it.
All right, so now we're in like 2019, like last year, basically around this time.
You were in the car with DP.
I was in the DP with the car. Like we were going to the beach. No, he had basically. Okay, let me start over.
All right,
all right. We're basically where we left off after the camera cut off. I was telling them that like Roddy tweeted out a tweet like, "Yo, I need a photographer."
Yeah.
I responded. So did all my friends did, and then I was with DP. We were on our way to the beach just to go take a picture, and then my cousin actually calls me. I'm telling you, this story is like a movie.
Let's get into it.
Like he calls me. My cousin Nick. Shout out to my boy Nick. He just moved back to LA too, so shout out to him. He like called me. He's like, yo, Roddy just DM me on Twitter. And I'm like, what? And, you know, I was like, what? I was like, obviously, like, I'm to be honest with you, like, deep in my head, I was like, it's lit, like, like, from my cousin, you feel me? From like my cousin, but like deep down, I was like, fuck, like, I wanted to get that DM, right? Because he sent me.
So you didn't get it, your cousin got it.
No, listen. So then,
shout out to cousins.
So then my cousin Nick got the DM, and then he sent me a screenshot. It was like it was Roddy screenshot. He sent him his own picture and was like, this is hard. Like it was a picture of Trippie Redd, and my cousin was like, he called me like kind of like geeking out, like, So I'm like, this lit, it's cool, whatever. And I kid you, you cannot make this up, bro. As I'm calling him, I hear another. Oh shit. Hey, they got me drinking Exotic, that local celebrity podcast.
This is a perfect opportunity. Yo, shout out Exotics only. Exotics only.
How is it?
What are we drinking? We're drinking Crush.
This is blue raspberry.
Yo, that's like an Atlanta exclusive though.
Shout out to my Atlanta people. I love it out there. Hey, out there is lit. We could talk about that forever. Slow-mo that shit. Oh shit!
Hey, you were quick with the react.
What the?
This is the Stone Island, baby. Come on, man. I've been around too many hypebeasts. I know how to react now.
Fuck. Now we straight. Right here.
What you got on? Talk about your fit right here.
Oh, we can talk about the drip real fast.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
I can't. Well, people next to me are way too drip, especially.
No.
But
what do we got on? Talk about it.
I put on some Stone Island pants. I got these for my birthday, and then I got some mocha ones. You know, every girl has these right now. I love it. It's
Shout
cool.
out to shorties out there rocking it.
If you're in the same team as me, if you didn't get the Travis highs, you in the same boat with me. But hey, I got the lows, so don't count me out. You feel me? I got the lows. But I got those, and then I just got a regular, like, what is this, like Forever 21 shirt
absolutely.
and shirt. You know, keep it humble at the top. You know, I like to do like half. I feel like
no logos. You're chipping the chill today.
No, I do like logos actually.
You do? Yeah,
it's just sometimes.
What's your style? You like
I recently just got gifted my first Supreme box logo.
For us?
Yeah, like my first ever Supreme box logo from my boy Chris Dennis. Shout out to Chris Dennis, the best engineer out in the game.
That's Chris Dennis. Shout him out.
But he gave me my first box logo, bro, off the new drop, the long sleeves. He was like, he blessed me with the navy one. He was like, here you go. I was like, what? And I low-key told myself like I was never gonna wear one. Like I'll never buy one. Like I'll never go out of my way to go like get one.
That'd be crazy.
Nah, I just don't. I just seen him.
I like the brown box logo.
Okay, where DP used to work, like, bro, like all this shit that you have, I seen everything. Plus, I'm telling you, being around the people I've been around, bro. Like that's why none of this shit really like.
Yo, DP's in the building.
Oh,
Let's talk about the drip. Let's talk about the drip. We got some certain shoes here. Let's talk about it, cause I know you know about the drip.
Not a lot of people know about this.
Yeah, not a lot of people know about the drip. So what do we got? Let's put it up.
Right now, look. We got the cold wall forces right here.
Talk about it.
Crazy.
The shit he wouldn't stop talking about since he got here.
Bro, as soon as I got here, I peeped these and I said, "What the fuck?
What they
Like,
doing here?
what are these doing here?" Like,
Hey, the worst part. Guess what?
What happened?
They're his size.
yeah.
There might be a sale going on behind the scenes.
Hey, put them back.
Get him out of the building. Get him out of the building.
Yo, he trying to back door.
Look, he's checking him. He's like, yo, he tried him on.
Why they trying to back door him like that though?
See, we tried him on. Look.
Nah, we got some meat. We got some meat in the building. We got
He
some
probably
meat.
already took a peek with him.
Yo, relax.
Let's talk about these.
We already took the fit pick. DP already took the fit pick.
Oh God.
Oh God, we're gonna get a fit pick after this. But
These are crazy.
now talk about these. What do these mean to you? What is it? What is it even?
No, I mean when I saw these, they were crazy.
Yeah, like the first time I saw these, I was just like, yeah, like I need
Just some
them.
high
like,
fashion shit. That's all about it.
That's new.
Let
That's
them
fresh.
vibe.
That's
Just some
innovative.
high fashion
like,
shit. This is some.
That's in the
crazy.
future. Like we're not
Yeah.
doing that. We're not doing that no more. We doing this.
What, the material on it?
Like, bruh, this is a concept about the lacing system.
What's the lazy system? Okay,
They don't have the
explain.
holes,
Like
look,
explain.
bro.
They don't have the
They
hole.
don't got no holes. They got four holes on here, bro.
Oh, okay.
Wow, y'all not
See,
tuned
that's
in.
why I like. That's why I
You're
like
not
being around
tapped
the people
in.
that I'm around with, because they put
Yo,
me on
your
to
other
new
eye is
things.
not open, bro.
Yeah. And the quality is.
Because I know if DP was taking a fit pick for these, it would be insane.
Bro,
y'all not ready. Actually, it
Hey,
might
we
be
need to
coming
have
soon.
we need to have a podcast of me and you just to talk about just all the stories we got together. Cause
Yeah.
bro,
Bro,
me
we
okay.
have
So
an hour episode.
oh no, listen. So
Yeah.
after so listen. So let me squeeze this in real quick because this is also very important. Like prior to the whole Kai situation, like right between all that, I met this guy right here. I met him like what late 2018. Like late 2018. I met him. And then that was a whole nother like adventure with him. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I meet people and I go on adventures with people. Like that's how I live like life kind of like you just gotta like kind of go off of vibes. Like it sounds corny, but it really is like it's just energy. I don't know like.
I mean, what else do we got though? What else shoes do we have?
Oh shit, yeah, my fault. You see, I'm fuck.
Yeah. We got a banger here. We got a couple bangers here.
Yeah.
You know, JR always holds it down. What else do we have?
All right, so
Let's talk about it. If they don't know.
yeah, if they don't know, like you gotta know, like you might think this is just some regular force, but like these are leaks. Like, come on now.
You see the buckle?
You see the buckle? Like, you see that buckle?
They got some
right there,
hypey
like,
shit
This is
in
not
this
no
shit
hypey
today.
shit, bro. Like,
Bro,
this,
that's some
look
hypey
at
shit.
this leather, bro. This leather.
high
Tell them how much that shoe goes for.
I think this shit like $400.
Too much money.
Like 500.
Too much money. I love the concept. I love the shoe. I respect it. Too much money.
Bro, you if you want to step that way,
Too
you know,
much money.
drip or
Yeah.
drown. Like you
Yeah,
step.
well, I got it like that. I'll get it, but
Okay, like,
I'm not hating. I'm speaking for my people that they know who they
I
are.
know
It's
you're
too
not
much.
hating,
Like,
but like,
you feel me? Like, hey,
Nah, but not.
I'm keeping it 100. It's a fire
It's because
shoe.
people.
thank you. This just him. Like,
Hey,
It's,
but
it's
okay,
light but heavy.
You know what honestly killed the shoe for me though? Like the honesty
What's
is all the
killing it?
customs that people do. Like I get it, it's not this shoe,
Nah,
but you
it's
know what I'm
light
talking
but
about. Huh?
heavy.
You know what I'm
It's
talking about?
literally light,
Yeah.
yo, you
Like
get
all
me?
the
It's
different
light,
like thing
but
is
we
like
heavy though.
like, I don't.
You think Drake could put some shit that
You never know.
Like,
You heard that
come
stay
on now.
scheming. You heard it. You heard it.
That's
This
exactly
shoe,
what that
okay,
means.
I wouldn't like. I'd rather buy this shoe than like a shoe like this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not because I feel like this shoe's like, yeah, you're right. You get that like look of it, like, damn, you have those on. Like like I don't see those all the time. You feel me? Like
Exactly.
I get that.
We
Like,
get it. now.
I get it, but like no,
one
it's
is,
a white Air Force high.
And then
like,
the last one is
Nice.
with a buckle.
this is super high fashion. If you know this one, you might see Bloody Osiris in these.
Yeah.
You might see DP the Kid now in
Yeah,
these.
you might see me. Look, I'm a little tipsy right now, but these are definitely the Elite's boots. Like, definitely.
Absolutely.
what
yeah.
brand is that?
Elite.
Elites, like
Yeah, fuck you.
we elites again, like like
Elite.
these are so fire to me. Like I remember when I first saw these, I was like, yeah, I gotta get these on.
Yo, Elise from Paris?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Matthew
Don't
Williams.
be afraid
if
to
you
ask
know.
questions, people. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Matthew Williams.
You gotta learn.
If you don't
gotta
know.
learn.
Chris
Yeah.
always asks questions. That's
Yeah.
why I fuck with him, because he always trying to be up on his fashion game. Like he
Because
not-
I'm telling you, I didn't know shit. I still don't know nothing. Like
Yes,
I'm
you do, bro.
I'm a fan. Like I be
what
telling
you-
Nah,
everybody,
but
like,
you know what?
Right
I'm a
now.
fan of
You
what I do.
stepping
It's why
right
I
now.
do what I do.
You're
Look at
stepping.
you.
You're
Yeah.
stepping right now.
Again, I'm a fan. Like
Nah, but you know what? You know, I feel like a new friendship is emerging with my homie JR and DP. I feel like, man, I feel like they could talk fashion for hours, man. We're gonna need
their own episode.
Yeah, we're gonna need. They need their own episode. Yeah.
My man got the right.
Hey, how many likes? How many? You guys gotta get this like up for him to come back. You guys get him like 20 likes, like 20 likes. Fuck it, like I'm keeping it 100.
Likes.
No. What's today's date?
Today's I don't know the date. Bro.
Oh,
let's go.
We gotta do it for Juice WRLD.
How many likes? How many likes? Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway.
50.
I don't.
50 likes. 50 likes, and we're gonna have DP on the show.
Yeah, that's good.
We're gonna have DP on the show. Let's go.
He's gonna be on the show regardless. I already know him. He in Hollywood.
Round of applause. Let me get a round of applause for that. Let me get a round of applause. Let's go.
DP says I'm Hollywood. That's what I'm saying.
Nah. But I appreciate you.
He Hollywood.
With the sneaker facts. Appreciate DP with the sneaker facts.
Talk about that Roddy Ricch story. You're with him.
Oh yeah, so I was with him, and like you could tell him, like, so then I get to the point where like my cousin texted me like that, like, oh, he called me, but then I like quickly as I'm, all right, wasn't I on the phone with him?
Yeah.
I was on the phone with him, and then my phone goes off, because I had DM'd him on Instagram, bro, like, because I had DM'd him on Twitter, like, I mean, I posted my picture on Twitter, and he didn't respond. I was like, damn, like, fuck, whatever, right? But then I was like, I have a good following, because at the time I think I already had like 19K on Instagram, so I already was like, let me DM him on Instagram, because I'm like, again, nobody's not reachable. So I hit him on DM on Instagram, like, yo, bro, like, I would love to work with you, like, you know, just professionally. And then like as I'm on FaceTime with my cousin, he's telling me like, yo, he just hit me up. I hear my phone ring and it's an Instagram DM, and it's literally Roddy. I'm literally on the phone with my cousin like, yo, he just hit me up.
Damn, that's
and
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, like, shout out to my boy Nick, but like he was just like fuck, like damn, like. So then he hit me up, and then like we set it up. He was like, yo, pull up to the studio like the next day. And I was like, all right, for sure. Like he was like, you hard. Like I was like, oh, thank you. Like he showed love, and I was like that's fire, right? So then we like exchanged different, like he like hit me up then like 2 days and was like, yo, pull up to the studio. And I pulled up to the studio, and it was the craziest thing. The first address he had gave me was right by the valet hotel that I used to work at. Yeah. So it was like the studio that I used to drive by on Santa Monica Boulevard. Like it was the Paramount Studios. Like he called me to like be like right there, and then I showed up to that address, but then he switched it on me to Mustard Studio. So then he was like, yo, pull up on Mustard. Like he showed me to pull up another address, and I drive all the way to Burbank, and I go all the way to Burbank, and I just pull up on him, and I meet him, and it was just like cool. Like we just like, I just remember meeting him and like not worrying about anything but just working. Like I just remember just shooting, like just. Cause in my head,
like that motivation.
Because there's a crazier. It's cause bro, there's a lot. Like that's what I'm saying.
Talk about
there's
it.
a lot of shit to talk about, bro. There's a lot of like.
It might be a part two.
No, because what I had, what I had to. No,
might be.
I'm telling you, bro. There's a lot. Cause side story on the side is, before I met him, like before I shooting with him.
Yeah.
Bro, I met him 3 times. I met him 3 times. Wasn't able to take a picture of him those 3 times.
Fuck.
And I met him like personally, like me, him, and his manager and my other friend. And in a studio, like no one around, like just me and him.
That's like waiting for your moment, huh?
Like, you know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's bro.
You
like,
can't rush it.
My
either.
shit, like as much as I really do exaggerate that, like without God and like without the shit that I like really like, I have so much faith, bro. Cause it really like all the shit that's happened to me, bro. There's no way to explain to it. Like it just really like it's magic, bro. Like
it's God.
It's beautiful, yeah. 100%. Like it's beautiful, like for real, like it's just God's plan, bro. Like it's just destiny, bro. Like cause I can't make it up. Like this shit serious. So when I met Roddy the first time, was it Rolling? It was a Rolling Out LA. I seen him, bro. I was trying to get into Rolling Out, finesse. I was trying to finesse Rolling Out.
Yeah.
And then I was posted up, and then he pulls out of the car, and he sees, and I see him, right? And I already know who he is because it's LA, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to take a picture, because that's how I used to be. I used to like, as soon as I see an artist,
you gotta be ready.
Yeah, exactly. I'll like get ready, because I know I'm gonna catch him. Like I'm gonna go up to him, like try to talk to him as least as possible, be least inconvenience of his day, and get what I want to get, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be ready, like, all right, it's him. All right, like I'm about to go up and just get the picture, right? Like ask him, no, can I get a picture? And usually if you're fast, they're gonna just be like you know, just like throw you a quick pose, and if you get it, right? So then I like looked at him, and I was about to like go up to him, and then old Roddy fashion, he gives me that like Roddy Ricch stare, like just
antisocial,
like, that mean stare. And I ain't gonna lie, something told me like, don't pull the camera, like don't even like try to fanboy or anything, just let him walk by. And I kid you not, I let him walk by, and I was just like, damn, whatever. And then fast forward again, like that same day I saw him later that night, and again I didn't take a picture, so I was just like, damn, like whatever. And then the second time, I really forgot where I saw him the second time, because I remember it was 3 times.
Bro,
what was
the
second?
to the Staples Center?
Oh,
Staples Center.
You see this right here, my boy DP?
Yeah,
Oh my
DP.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bro, no, listen. So this is even a crazier story. So then listen. So the second time,
My bad.
DP FaceTime, he's like, yo, you trying to go to a concert? And I'm like, yeah, like, fuck it, let's go. Like,
Real homies.
he invites
How
me
many
to
of
he
us?
invites me to the Mustard concert at the Novo, the one he had with like all the artists showed up. And me and DP show up to the concert like low key late, like late as hell. And we show up and I try to finesse my camera because I don't have a camera pad. I finesse my camera, they didn't let me in. So then boom, I had to put my camera in the locker, bro. But I had to like split it in half because it's DCLR.
In pieces, yeah.
In pieces, right? So I put it in this little shelf shit and I went in the concert and I'm in there. And then like the whole show's going on and I like tell DP, I'm like, yo, let's go. Like it's already over, right? Like we already knew it was gonna be over, so we just did.
Yeah, like, that's when you gotta
Because
dip
I had
out.
to go get my camera, so I was like, let me go get my camera, right? So look, we run first. We're the first ones out. We go get my camera, and then we're out in the Novo, bro. And you know, right in front of the Staples Center,
That shit was crazy.
bro. I cannot make you up, bro. And me and him were excited to see Roddy too. That's the craziest part.
Man,
Me and
Roddy's hard, bro.
Because when Roddy came out, he played a song, bro. Me and him were like, let's go. It was it ballin'? It was ball. Yeah, bro. We were so lit. We were hyped. It was so. Oh, the camera stopped again.
Nah. Oh wait, what's going on?
It just so then it just cut off right when we were talking about the Staples Center thing. So then me and DP leave the venue. We go outside. Everybody from LA, you guys know the little like amphitheater area and like
Hell
LA
yeah,
Live,
the
like,
whole
with
vibe.
the two, right in
Shit's
front of
a
the
vibe.
Staples Center. So we're there, and then it's Roddy and all his gang, and they have like a colon in. They're shooting a music video like in front of the Staples Center.
Damn, Colin.
Bro, so imagine
You're
like
vibing
we come out of the show and low key we were excited for like just Roddy like to see him perform. So we come out and I'm like telling DP like, yo, like look, like, and then as soon as and again, bro, I kid you not, again and you could tell DP, bro, we walk towards them like just to like see, because I'm intrigued. I'm like, this is a music video, like I like to do music video. I want to see because this is my school, like this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to the real thing. So I'm like, let me go see. So then I told DP that me and you walk, but I even told DP I'm gonna put the camera away. Like I told him I'm gonna put the camera away because if I put the camera I'm gonna look like paparazzi. Yeah. So then I put the camera, I took the camera away, but and then now that I know them, like it makes so much sense because the way they move is like that. Like as soon as they saw me and they noticed that the Novo show was over, they dipped. Like they got in their cars and they dipped. But that was the second time I seen him, and then the third time was at the studio. I met him because shout out to my boy Nathan James. He's a new artist out. Check him out. Check him out on Spotify. Shout him out. But Nathan James, he's a photographer too. He was shooting for Tory Lanez. I'm telling you, it's all about relationships, bro. I'm telling you, you gotta meet people. So then this guy, I meet him. He takes me. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go shoot Tory Lanez at the record plant at their studio in Hollywood, and it's like a big studio. So I'm like, all right, boom, like I'm gonna go. We show up, and then we find out that Roddy Ricch is in there, because that's what happens with like studios in LA. There's a lot of rooms in there, so it's like a lot. It could be a lot of artists in there. So then I get there and it's a poppin' day. Like it's Tory Lanez, GUNNA, YG, Roddy Ricch, like everybody's.
Wow.
Like
yo, shout out Skull. He remembers that one. Yeah, shout out Skull. Yeah.
Which one? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So then I went with him, right? And we were there, bro. We were there for 12. We got there, I think, like 6 p.m. We didn't leave till 6 in the morning. Like I damn near slept there, right? So I met like at that time, like when Roddy was, because we were there, he was shooting Tory Lanez, but we kind of finessed. Like as soon as like all right, welcome back. That's how much I talk. Okay, so if you ever meet me in person, I like to talk. Like I don't know, I'm gonna talk. I'm a people's person.
You don't
like,
gotta apologize.
don't be afraid to come up to me. Like I will talk to you forever. Just be patient for me. But anyways, long story short, I'm at the studio with my boy Nathan, and then like around 4 in the morning, like we're shooting, and then Roddy's leaving, and then I'm just like, oh, like me and my boy were finessing. We were just there, like any artist that went in and we saw in the hallway, we were like, oh, like yo, because we had the whole, like my boy had the whole background and like color shit and the studio lighting, like it was a legit setup. So and then I was just the BTS and my boy was the real photographer. So then
behind the scenes,
he was shooting, and then Roddy comes out, and then my boy instantly gets Roddy and his manager. And then obviously Roddy gives us the time of the day. Shout out to him, he's a real one. He talks to my boy. My boy's doing most of the talking. I ain't really saying shit. So my boy's like, yo, like, you know, trying to get him to shoot. And then as he's talking or whatever, my boy's trying to get plugged up with his manager. I just look at him. I'm like, I'm telling you, like, it's just me and him. Like, no, this is what I knew. And I remember telling him, I was like, I asked him, I was like, yo, can I get a picture of you? Like, I genuinely asked him, and he literally said, nah, not right now. But he gave me a reason. Like, he was like, nah, like, I don't have a haircut. And I ain't gonna lie, like
I hate that.
I didn't take it personal, but like it hurt me because at that time it was already the third and final time. So I was like, damn, like, I can't shoot him. Like I've been trying. Like
the haircut, man. If you know about the haircut, we gotta get it once a week, man. But if you don't have the haircut, man,
the haircut matter. Like
man, the haircut do matter.
You're not trying to take no photo shooting if you ain't got no haircut.
Yeah, so then I was like,
respect your body, shout out Roddy,
yeah.
Man.
So then I was like, I understood it. So I was like, whatever. But then I remember telling him like when I was sending him the Twitter DM and all that shit, I remember telling DP like, bro, there's something about it. Like like that's 30 times, bro, that I've met him, like personally, like able to take a picture, and I haven't taken it.
But the good thing you didn't fold. Like you kept up with it.
Yeah. So then,
like, man, I give up.
So then, but the story and all that is like, bro, look, I didn't shoot him. I wasn't allowed to shoot him, and now I'm getting paid to shoot him.
That's crazy.
Oh, and let's talk about it.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? That's the coolest thing. Like, that's the.
You know what I call that? I call that a dream job, and like,
that shit crazy.
It's like so inspiring. Like coming from like for me looking at you, it's like it's so inspiring. Like and like I don't even know if you even notice what you're doing right now, but like what you're doing right now is super inspiring.
Bro.
Just having fun, bro.
Like you really the man.
And you know, like I appreciate you guys so much for saying that because everybody tells me that. And I always talk to him about it, like how it makes me feel like it's a weird.
This one first.
That was crazy.
Tell us the story behind this one first.
Okay. So Scotty just showed me the Roddy Ricch picture in front of the. So I don't know a lot of people know.
The Ferrari.
A lot of people don't know, but that's where he's from. Like that's where the projects are at. Like,
that's the project with the
Ferrari. That's literally the project. So he pulled up literally with the Ferrari to where he's from, and that's literally like the kicking spot where like all his friends and everybody like. Really be. That's when I took that picture. I was like,
this is lit.
Damn, like
that's a perfect photo.
Yeah, because I'm looking at him like, bro, I get to see Roddy. And then the thing is like, bro, he's from the mud. Like all his sons.
But
like,
this is the photo that says I made it. Like yo.
Yeah.
I gotta
for
show
him,
everybody.
yeah. So this, and then for him, and then like, so they were telling me like, because I went there all the time. They tell me like, they're the only projects like in the area that have 3 stories.
Wow.
Because that's a 3-decker. So they have 2 buildings with 3 stories.
Wow.
So that's what makes them like special. So like Roddy made like a boxers, but he put like that building on the boxers, bro. Like I was like, yo, that shit crazy.
No, and what about the DPTHEKID though in Inglewood though?
Oh, the one on
man,
the
you
forum?
gotta shout him out, Matt. Because if you don't know Inglewood, the forum means everything though.
You can tell him the idea for that picture.
Matt, did you remember?
I don't think he remembers the picture, huh?
Nah, but like
I wanted to take that picture there with the Yeezys because of the UFO. It looks like a UFO.
Yeah, we're gonna put it up.
It looks like a UFO.
Hey, did you take the Freddy Krueger one?
Yeah, the Amphi one.
Damn,
that's my favorite.
That was crazy.
Nah, but like top tier.
That's a crazy story. That's a crazy story.
No, hey, yo,
shout out to my boy Brandon for that one. That's a crazy story.
This is top tier. This is YG with
they're hitting me with too many photos,
with the vest and the whole nip in the back. This is ridiculous. And like we're like
that one,
I live down the street from Slauson, so this is like sentimental. Yeah,
that one was crazy, bro.
This means like,
bro, that was before I was shooting for Roddy, so. That was literally that like gap from like, okay, she's getting real, and let me try to figure it out to meet him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, at the time I was just chilling, like working, doing whatever I was doing, and then again on Instagram just posted like following the right people, knowing who's around the right people.
And you're ready.
Just ready, just knowing who's connected with who. Like that's the only thing. Like you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing. Yeah. But there's also one big thing that I'm never gonna ever go without giving this person acknowledge. This name girl Laura. She fucking blessed me,
shout
bro.
her out, shout her out, shout her out.
I don't want to like say too much, but like she knows who she is, but she blessed me because she like I met her like once or twice, bro, and like this girl. I think she just gave it to all the photographers. Like she would just look out for photographers. Where like she would just like she knew who was who. Like she was a girl, so like I don't know if you guys know this, but like in Hollywood, like girls. Like they come from all over the world, bro, and they're working, they're modeling, doing shit. So girls really know shit. Like they know shit in Hollywood. Like,
but see, you know what I feel like? The girls are so plugged in. Like
it's
other
crazy.
Than guys, like if you fuck with certain shorties, man, they'll put you in positions.
If your girl game strong,
like,
you get strong.
That other people won't put you in. Like other men won't put you in. You know?
DP's a testify for that.
Nah, but you feel that, right?
But 100%. Even but this is different though, because this girl, she deserves all her shout out in the world because she was looking out for not just me, for everybody. Like she was basically how it happened is that picture. I was in my room and then she DM'd me. She was like, "Yo, like this photographer is looking for another photographer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, like whatever, right? And like I DM'd that photographer, not knowing who he was. Just like, shout out to my boy Brandon. I just showed him, I was like, yo, because he was like, I'm looking for photographer. I was like, yo, I'm available. Again, I had the catalog. Thank God, like he looked at my page and he blessed me. He was like, yeah, like pull up. Keep in mind, I don't know what I'm shooting. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm shooting. I'm just like, he's like, yeah, pull up to the Staples Center. You're gonna shoot the BET Awards. I'm like,
what the fuck?
I'm like, all right, cool, right? Like, but then what do you?
Whoa, talking about awards though. I heard you were a meme though for the Grammys though. I heard you were a fucking meme. You
gotta show that in the picture, bro. Bro, you saw me, bro. I posed for that. I knew what was going on. Like, again, 100%. Being aware of what's going on. Like, I just knew what was going on. Yeah, but
if you see Ariana Grande in the Grammys, you might see his face.
Yeah, just look at Ariana slow-mo Grammys 2020. I'm in the back. But
let's get back.
What was I saying? I was saying about the
whole what was it?
You was talking about the YG.
Oh yeah, the BT. So then
Laura.
So then I show up to the BT Staples Center off the DM, off a random guy DM. Imagine like random guy DM. He's like, pull up, you're gonna see somebody, right? So I show up to the back of the Staples Center, and then bro, I'm there. And at the time, so this is another question, just a quick little backtrack. Yeah. As I was going to shows, like I got an iPhone S to Rolling Louds and shit like that. When I mean taking advantage of opportunities, I really meant that. Like I wasn't on no drugs, nothing. Like I really was like on my bag because like when, like for instance, like when I went to my first Rolling Loud, I met like Jaden Smith, photographer. Shout out to Tony. Like he's always been super nice to me. Like I started really meeting like people that were tapped in.
How are the photographers in that game though?
And so that's what I'm saying. So it's like for me, I'm a fan of all my friends and all my peers and everybody. Like because at the end of the day, like we're doing fun shit. Like we get to do the shit that a lot of people get to dream. So it's like, who cares? Like fuck it. Like if you're doing some hard shit, like it's lit. Sure. Like you feel me? Like so we all just do it. Yeah. And I try to like not look. I'm starting to learn that to not really be on my phone too much. So so your shit stays original. Like you know what I mean? Because a lot of people know that I'm glued to my phone because like you could tell I got a lot of my opportunity by being on my phone. So
coming where you're coming from, you always on your phone.
Because that was the only opportunity, bro. Like being from Gardena, like who are you meeting? Who am I meeting? Who am I meeting? Who am I meeting that's gonna take me to like
you might
hip-hop?
meet DP the Kid.
You mean
but even
only tool you only
even
need.
like DP when I met him.
All you need.
Even when like DP though, I met him when he had like what 1,000 followers.
This thing right here.
I met you when did I meet you when he had like 1,000 followers?
100%.
It was like after another break.
Let's go.
Okay, long story short, BT. Long story short, I go. I end up meeting YG's manager, and then he like basically tells me like, yo, you're about to be YG's personal photographer for today.
Wow.
So then it goes from being like a random shoot to like, yo, you're YG's photographer. So then shout out to YG and their team. 100%. They gave me the opportunity to be like in everywhere, like back in the Staples. This is Staples Center though. Like this is what I'm saying. Like
I don't understand. If you're from LA, Staples Center is legendary.
Yeah. So when I was at Staples Center shooting, bro.
Yeah. Damn, that's
what
different.
the fuck?
Wow.
That shit. But even I topped that this year. Thank God, shout out to God. Going to the Grammys. I went to the Grammys too. So then I was like, that was crazy. But
that's crazy.
Point is,
talk about the Grammy meme.
No, because you see, now y'all want to talk. Now y'all want to talk. Okay, long story short, I meet BT, go to BT, shoot YG. It was great. It was amazing. Shout out to YG again.
When you shot YG is when you got the Ariana Grande.
No, so that was the BT. So then I shot YG, and then it was cool. I took that picture, that legendary picture. That's how I got to be on stage basically, because I was his photographer.
Wow.
So then, long story short, talk about the Grammys. Long story short, I go to Roddy Ricch, took me to the Grammys. Still surreal. The day Kobe died, like got to be there.
No
like,
way, that was the day Kobe died.
I was on my way to the Grammys when I saw it on my phone. Like I had to tell my dad, bro. Like I had to tell. Imagine telling my dad. Me and my dad.
I know your dad is.
I was looking at my dad like I'm driving to the Grammys like excited as shit. Like let's go, right? Like I couldn't even believe it. Like I was like, oh my god, I'm wearing a suit, wearing my like Fearless Ones. I'm like, oh my god. Right? So then I told my dad that he died, but it was cool. It was, bro, the Grammys, like. Damn, bro, I hate that there's a time limit because there's a story right there, bro. Like I wasn't allowed to take my cameras, so they took my camera. They took all my cameras. I had to put my cameras in Roddy's car.
Yeah.
So
Why though?
I put my cameras in Roddy's car, and then like, I just put it in the car, and I was like fucking sad. I was like, because I was basically in the Grammys like with them with no camera.
And no lie though, like because I don't think you understand how globally this is. We're in Paris, right?
Yeah.
I was in Paris.
Yeah.
And and we went to like a hookah lounge.
Yeah.
When Nipsey died.
Yeah.
No, like when Nipsey died.
Oh, you were in Paris when Kobe died?
When Nipsey died.
When Nip.
When Nipsey died, bro, that shit was global, bro.
Y'all felt it over there?
Bro, no, I was out there and everybody knew all that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all felt it out there.
Yeah,
that's fire.
that's
vibe.
crazy, bro.
That's history, bro.
That's
straight up.
history.
That shit crazy. But
Rest in peace, Nipsey.
pointless. What was I talking about? Oh, so then so how I got a camera on the Grammys was. That's why I brought this camera. So let's start story time. So I brought this film camera because they were asking me of what I like, film or photos. But I like both. Like both is. I don't think you should choose. I think you should just have fun. Huh? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. But I don't think you should like worry about like film or thing. Just have fun. Like you want to shoot film. I recommend a lot of people that like maybe like are just trying to have fun with their friends. Get a film camera. Like why not? Like those memories are way better than any iPhone photo. I don't give. One flight because it's 1 second and forever. Like you can't go back and erase it. Yeah, so anyways, point is, during tour when I was on tour with Roddy, the Chris Dennis the engineer, we're thrifting. Like I'm thrifting every city, bro. Cause it's the first time I'm like every so much stuff. Like I was on tour, like I'm about to see every city. Like I'm not gonna sleep. Like I'm gonna wake up when the bus gets there and I'm about to go explore, right? Yeah. So then my thing was like I'm gonna go to every Goodwill or like thrift stores and find cameras because I like film. I wanted to get into film, but I wanted to like not.
Do it the right way.
Go the hype way, which is like buy the expensive cameras that you see all your favorite photographers use. So my thing, I was like, fuck it. Like I started using disposables, but I was like, I like kind of point and shoots because then you save money because you don't have to buy the camera, you just buy the roll. Yeah. So then I just started thrifting like old like point and shoots cameras and whatever. Like and then in Arizona, I find one. This one, bro. I find this one. This is a Nikon.
Shout out Arizona. Shout out Arizona. Shout out Arizona.
So we show. So me and Chris showed up to the show in Arizona.
How long ago was that?
This is a year ago, like so no, actually it was like at the time it was only like a couple months because after the Grammys
before quarantine.
No, crazier, bro. Like a week, 2 weeks before the Grammys. Like so the Grammys was during the tour. So like during mid tour, like we flew back to LA to then go to the Grammys. Yeah. So then when we flew back, like me and Chris, my boy, to get this Karate's team, like there's two Chris's, me and Chris. So there's two Chris's, and we're always together. Like we're 10 years apart. Is lit, like bro. That's like my brother, bro. Like I love Chris. So Chris Dennis, we showed to the Arizona store and like a Goodwill, bro, and I find this one, bro, and I'm like, I'm gassed because it says Nikon. I'm like, this shit is lit, right? So then but then we both go. So then he doesn't find anything, but I already found one in Seattle. So then I felt bad because he didn't have one. So then I was like, here, like you can have it. But deep down, I was like,
you're hurting. You're like,
I shouldn't have did that.
Bro, I paid $5. I paid $5. I paid $5 in Arizona for this camera. Wow. $5 fucking dollars. So I paid.
What have you taken with that?
Listen, so I put $5, and then fast forward to the Grammys. We're in Grammys, right? And then he's doing the sound for Roddy because Roddy's performing. So then I'm like, I'm devastated, bro. I'm in the trailer, like, I'm like, I don't got no camera. Like, I'm here for no reason. Like, it's no pointless, right? So then, long story short, Chris comes in. And I'm telling him, like, bro, I don't got my camera. Like, it's just some bullshit. Roddy's assistant's already telling me, like, yo, like, you're gonna just have to help me out today. Like, fuck it, like, you're not a photographer, you might as well just help us out. So I'm already like, damn, I got downgraded to not downgraded, but like, you know, I got put to assistant. So I'm like, shit. Yeah. So then, and then like Tyler the Creator was like, people like shit was happening, bro. Where I'm like, yo,
where's my fucking camera?
I'm like thinking, I'm just taking out my phone, like,
fuck is my camera?
Yeah. So I'm like tripping out. So then
100%.
Chris then like when I tell Chris, bro, Chris is the most chill dude. He just casually like, oh, bro, I brought the camera you gave me. It's in my backpack.
Oh, what the fuck,
bro? No, and when I tell you I'm on God's plan, bro. So when they kicked me out of my cameras, because I took all my cameras, like I was prepared for this, right? Yeah. They kicked out my cameras, left in the car. The only thing I left in my pockets, I hate saying this because it's so unbelievable.
Let's talk about
I left 3 rolls of film in my pocket.
Let me get a round of
in my pocket. In my pocket. So then listen to this. So then when
God worked hard.
So then when he gives me the camera, is this camera, right? Wow. He gives me the camera. It already has a roll in there with like a few photos of it like still left, and he has an extra roll. So then I had 4 rolls plus like the one that was already in there. So I'm like, oh shit, this shit. So I went from boom. And then I remember telling Roddy, I was like, I walked into the trailer. I was like, yeah, like look, like you feel me, like yeah, like
I'm back up.
yeah, cause he know, cause I'm telling you, like bro, I love what I do, like I really love shooting, like so when I told him, I was like, yeah, like look, he looked at me, he was like, this shit, like, cause then after that I started shooting, and then the thing is, it's a point and shoot, so I was, bro, you're not allowed to have cameras on the Grammys, bro, like, no 100%. Matter, like even if I was with Roddy, like you're not allowed, like
I don't know that pain.
You're not allowed to, so I was scared, so I was walking around, but then you see,
I wouldn't know that shit.
Look, I dressed for the occasion. That's what you gotta dress for the occasion. I had my suit. I had my.
Oh, I see you in the gray one.
Bro, I look like I belong.
We're gonna pull it up.
Hey, I'm a Latino in the Grammys, bro. I look like I belong for some reason. I look like I didn't even have a colored shirt. Like I had like a European, like you know how they have the padre color, like just this.
So
I felt like I was all drip. You feel me? So, and long story short, shout out to DP again, because he gave me those fearlesses. He blessed me with them.
Like, real homies, how many of us?
You see how I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like,
how many of us?
He gave me, and I unds'd him at the Grammys.
Death Talk too?
Yeah.
Grammy boys.
So that's my Grammy shoe.
Grammy boys.
Yeah, that's my Grammy.
Toast is looking right.
Yeah, that's my Grammy shoe. So then I took it.
You're looking good. You're looking spiffy.
Yeah. So then, long story short, I like took my pictures at the Grammys, like with this camera. Like the only pictures that I haven't posted any of them too, by the way. Like, so I'm gonna do like.
What's your favorite unreleased photo?
Damn, 50 Cent ones.
Oh, them 50 Cent ones hard. Like,
yeah, the 50 Cent ones is hard.
She went up with the ooh.
Yeah, cause every time I show somebody those, every time I show people those pictures, they're just like, they look at me like, oh shit, like you shot 50 Cent, and I look at them like, what the like, bro? Cause that story was crazy too. Cause he pressed me, like he had pressed me about it. Like, 50, he was like, who
50,
you with?
come at us.
Like he was like, who you with? Like who? Cause I went up to him and I was like, bro, I'm telling you, when I take this shit, I'm gonna show you a picture right now. You guys could put this on.
Now we'll pull it up. Put it up. But
boom.
We had that cute.
Exclusive.
It's a picture of fuck, am I?
On 50 on a Phantom, no?
Nah. It's a picture of me like that day when I was shooting. Oh, it's Chris Dennis.
We'll put it up.
Chris, I'm gonna airdrop it to you, and then you.
Now we'll pull it up. Definitely.
That's crazy,
bro. But point is, like, I was at the Grammys. The Grammys was cool, bro. Like, I don't regret it. Like, I think I took advantage. Look, so there was this picture. Look, this is the day that I shot the 50. Look how many cameras I had in my body. Like, imagine.
I don't understand. He has like 7 cameras.
Imagine walking.
Bro,
imagine walking up to you and like trying to take a picture of you, like with all these cameras on my body. Like, bro, 50 looked at me. He looked at me, bro. He was like, who you with? Like, who you with? Like, me dogging me. I was like, oh, like. I'm Roddy's photographer, like, you know, I'm just like, I was low-key scared. And shout out to Katie and shout out to Dombo, like they saw, like they witnessed it happen. Like,
shout him out.
Like I walk up to him and I'm like just shooting him, right? Like I didn't tell him anything, I just started shooting him and he pressed, like he's like, we would. Got nervous, like, oh, I'm a Roddy, like I'm his photographer. Oh, for sure. Like he said for sure, and then he like, and then he grabbed like,
shout out.
Yeah, like I was like, bro, but I was shitting it, bro. Like I was shit, cause bro, that's 50 Cent, bro.
That's
like,
50.
A legend.
What?
Bro,
That's a legend. That's a
Go
goal.
window shot.
Like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at him like, this is the guy. Like I'm like,
I guess
I'm
I know.
like, yo, this shit crazy. So, but anyways, that was cool. But
100%.
that's the best unreleased photo. But out of the photos that you guys chose, is cool. But
you know what I wanted to ask you about though? Like majority of it is like, how is it like traveling? Cause I fuck with traveling. Like, you know, I'm gonna go to Cabo in a couple weeks. Like in a week or two. But I'm like, how is it traveling? Like, what do you gotta, like the equipment you gotta prepare? How is it like in general? Like,
I've been in LA for.
You've already hit you with like, yo, we're going to Dubai. Or we're going to Europe. Like, what do you gotta prepare? What is that like?
Traveling has always been one of my number one priorities. Like, I cherish that to the most. Like I would rather like, I don't know, something about me, like I'd rather have like little to like no money but invested into traveling. Right now that I'm young, like let's get that to the fact too, we're like 100%. Like I get it, this is responsible, I get you that, who cares, like I'm young, like this is the time where I want to go fucking see Paris and go do shit, like go crazy, like go do shit, go like, you know what I'm saying?
We shut it down.
So since I left high school, like And I've been blessed, bro. Like man, shout out to. I'm telling you, I've been to I think 6 countries in 3 years.
We'll
I've
be out
been-
here.
Let's
I've
name
been-
one. Let's name one.
I've been
Let's
to-
flex a little bit.
I've been to China,
China,
France,
France,
England,
England,
Dubai,
Dubai,
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Let them know. Let them know.
Oh, Turks. That's recent. Yeah, Turks. Yeah, that's 6, right? That's 5 or
Yeah, that's
Bro.
That's
That's
a lot.
it,
That's
yeah.
more than I even.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chris out of here.
I'm not missing any, right?
Turks. Explain Turks. Explain tropical vibes.
Oh,
Cause
that's-
I'm Latin. I love the tropical
Like
vibes.
that's so okay. So my life right now.
I knew you had a 10.
So
I knew you had a
my
10.
life right now at the current moment is a roller coaster. I mean, when it has a not, but like
Yeah.
it really
That's
is.
a high ass roller coaster. That's just
Nah,
Man,
bro.
you're Goliath
Nah,
at this
because-
That shit
point.
is lit.
Yeah,
You
but
on
but
Supreme
you
Screen.
yeah, you gotta think about it. Like it's a lot, bro. Like it's a lot. Like doing like what you like. Following your dreams is a lot. Like it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot.
It's uncertainty.
It's high risk, high
Yeah.
reward. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like it is a lot. Like it ain't easy, bro. Like it's a lot of highs and ups. It's just I just can't stress it enough. Like I mean, you could. That's why people don't say look right or left, because if you look right or left, you're gonna feel like you need to be a certain place, when in reality you are already that person that you're gonna become. Like if you feel like you're gonna be this person, you are already that person. Everything that's happening to you is so you could become that person that you want to become. So it's like,
Facts,
so it's like
100%.
really like,
Bro, I mean, at the
I believe that.
so it's like
at
it
the end of
really
the
is.
day, bro, like,
It really is what you do.
you're Latino though. I don't know why that like.
Man, it hits differently. Like
That's
low
crazy.
key.
And that shit's special, but
That's just
that shit more special. Where like I just like to, I want to inspire like everybody. Like I get my Latino family, my friends, and all that shit. Like
Bro,
I
but
get,
that's your lane. But like, you
that's
don't
my
even-
lane.
you don't
And,
even-
and Kais told me that. Kais
Yeah.
told me. Kais, when I first started going, he
Explain it.
was like, yo, like you are Latino. Like you have the biggest like demographic of the internet. Like Latinos fuck with you. When they fuck with you, they fuck with
Yeah,
you to the death.
Exactly.
So it's like I
Exactly.
get that. Like I
we
get
have
that.
nothing to look. That's what I'm
The
saying.
pro-
Like
the
you don't
pro-
understand your
The problem
power.
with me is that I've always liked doing what I do for what I do, not for what I get out of it. So I get that I get to be around all these cool people. I get to
Yeah.
live this crazy lifestyle. But like I genuinely like got into it because I just wanted to shoot. Like I just wanted to shoot.
Yeah.
Like so for like that's what when I wanted to talk about the whole long story was to say that not until I met Roddy, I wasn't making no money. Like I wasn't making not
Yeah.
$1. Like I was making money enough to live, like to just do shit, like do little shit. Like all the
Yeah.
traveling everywhere I went was either for work or for like just I was grinding to get it somehow. Like if I couldn't afford it, then I was gonna get it somehow. You feel me? But it wasn't like
But so Corona just
it just stopped.
solidified it.
Oh, is it not? I'm tripping.
No.
No.
So Corona like solidified it. Like now you're
Yeah, but-
affecting back, and that's why it's hitting you so hard.
Yeah, but then that's the problem. COVID made it and turn it into perspective. Like reality
Yeah.
hit, where like when everything was going on, it was so fast, bro. Like shit happened so fucking fast. Like you could tell
Yeah.
DP, like when we were grinding, like when I first met him, we were grinding, bro. Shit was popping off, bro. Like she was going like every post was just going crazy. Like she was going crazy.
Stupid.
So
We need an episode with him, but like his pics, I swear to God, they're just.
Nah, we're gonna do a personal
Me and
episode
DP-
with DP.
me and DP,
All
me and
of them
DP,
are
that's a whole
viral, bro.
chapter. That's a whole chapter.
Yeah,
and like that's a whole chapter.
It's
And
a
then
moment.
it's just getting started too. We're like, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I tell people is like, bro, like shit could happen to you so fast. It's okay. Like if it like, just your journey's your journey. Like fuck it. Like it's all about the journey. It's all about what you're gonna do. Like
Yeah, and I feel like those are good. Are like at least some good ways to wrap it up. Like how would you wrap it up? Like your whole career right now. How would you wrap it up? Like if you had one moment right now, how would you wrap it up?
I feel like I would take that question and say like, what would I tell myself in like the next 10 years?
Yeah.
Like, man, like just stay working. Like that's all you could do. Like
Yeah.
just work. Try not to think too much about what's right or wrong, because I feel like when everything was really, really, really working for me, because obviously COVID slowed
When shit
everything,
was wrong. Yeah.
was just like I wasn't thinking. I was just doing. Like I was just more about that. Like, cause bro, like I've
You
been
touched a lot of
I've been
people you
doing.
don't
I've been
even
doing
know.
it. I've been doing it for 3 years. So like, I'm gonna tell you my mindset prior to COVID. Prior to COVID, I was on like I feel like a lot of people were like just more of like not taking shit for granted, but more of like it was just happening in abundance.
Yeah.
So it was like more of like, okay, cool. Like it became normal.
Yeah.
Like shit was becoming normal. Like all
Yeah.
these shows, everything was becoming
Yeah.
normal. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go do here. So for me, like
once COVID hit,
I
it was
kept
like-
I
it was
kept
a
trying to tell
realization.
myself like, oh shit, like I'm here. Like for instance, like we just realized that me and him, we got to see Juice WRLD in ComplexCon in Chicago.
100%.
Like, that's crazy.
RIP.
Like,
Rest in
so it's
peace,
like
Juice
it's
WRLD.
crazy. Like you know what I'm saying. Like at the moment, you're not really thinking like, oh, like I'm seeing Juice WRLD at CompressCon, like, ooh, like you just more of like,
Yeah.
it's Juice like
You're
that.
in the
But no,
moment.
that's how I got to it, bro. Cause for doing it for 3 years, like for instance, like Juice WRLD's a good example. Shout out to him. It's his birthday. Love him. But I got to see him like blow up.
Yeah.
So by the time like he was doing Coachella and shit, like I was hyped. I was so hyped. But I was just more of like, it was happening in front of my eyes. So it was more of like, I seen him as like not a regular person, but like, okay, I'm seeing his career go as well. As in now I'm looking at him like, oh shit. Like I got to see a legend just do his journey. And like,
but like when you're in the moment, you don't know what you're doing.
So
like that's what I'm saying. Like
that's why I'm so excited.
That's why I told you, I was like, bro, like I'm so excited to have you on the show. It's like saying that, bro, like you've been through those moments. And to have you on the show is even more memorable, you know. Like,
and I just appreciate you guys for having me.
That, you know, and but I mean, to end the show off, you know, I appreciate you having you on the show, and we're gonna have you more often, you know, like, cause I feel like you have such a higher story and like have so much to talk about. It's a lot.
It's a lot,
and people don't understand that.
It's just starting too. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I feel like 21. That's the thing I'm starting to remember myself.
Like, and hopefully we have you back with bigger and better things going on, you know?
Yeah. I won't be doing one in a minute, though.
Yeah.
I won't be, because shit has to happen. Like, shit has to happen for me to do one. Like, right now, like, as you could tell, I have a lot to say just because I want to say it once and address it once to never have to address it again until I feel like my work has spoken for myself once again. Because I feel like right now, like, I'm at a position where, like, 3 years and shit, like, of my work, like, I'm proud of that. Like I'm finally proud of a piece of body of work where I'm like comfortable enough to like talk, as opposed to a long time I was really more focused on like trying to build what I'm trying to build, and still to this day, like you could tell him, like he bothers me all the time, like you gotta post, you gotta do this, and the reason I don't like being in front of the camera is just more of like shit. I like what I do, bro. Like if you look at any of my pictures, we could sit here for hours and I could tell you every picture what the fuck happened, because every picture happened by chance.
With a moment.
Yeah, like shit just happened. Like shit just went down and it just was
the
like.
craziest part is
you know
that,
what I mean?
like
you could tell him, like we went to CompressCon, bro. I have pictures of him with like the craziest people you would even think.
I mean, fear God.
Bro, that story right there, quickly, we just seen him outside of MCA, like no, like just imagine me and you were outside, and I tell him
he was at MCA with the MCA.
I tell DP, I'm like, yo, that's.
We gotta
big
step.
moment.
We gonna step.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
He for stepping all the time, so I gotta step. Like I gotta step too.
Nah, but like,
hey, DP coming out with music though. Just quick shout out with that. Like that's coming 100% very much.
Wait on that.
Talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna bring him on when he has that music.
Yo, before we wrap this show though, because I know we're trying to wrap it very long.
Hey, if it's too long, my bad, man.
Sorry,
hey,
guys.
if you watch this far.
Man,
appreciate you. I don't think too many people are gonna watch this far. I'm not too like bad to admit that, because I really want this video to age longer. Well, like
it's longevity.
Like that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta move
a certain
10 years ahead to really just put into perspective.
And that's the thing with this channel. It's like, man, like people don't know
optimistic.
What we're doing now.
Like you gotta have optimist. Like you gotta have faith. It's like without it, everything's a dream. Like imagination is key. Like I don't know if you around friends that bully you for thinking too crazy, but then you gotta also let me say this real fast, because this is also something I've really been on my mind. If your friends don't support you with your dreams, or maybe don't see them, don't be mad. Don't take that as offensive. How are you gonna blame somebody to not believe what you see? Like, you know what I mean? Like the problem that I believe, that's why I'm so strong in what I'm saying is the reason I don't show my face is because I don't want people to expect anything from me. Like, I don't want people to expect me to like be a certain way. So it's like, for me, I like my work right now because it's like I could do whatever I want and nobody sees, like I'm Latino, but like, nobody sees I'm Latino, so nobody's like, oh, I fuck with him because he's Latino and he's a photographer. Like no, like right now everybody's like, I fuck with him because his photos are fucking fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the whole reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want.
Hey, let's wrap this up because
I'm gonna wrap it up just by saying, and that's a perfect message to wrap it up. Is like, man, pursue your shit. Like,
y'all want another episode, put it in the comments, because this is.
They're not gonna want me back, bro.
Nah, but like I appreciate you coming on the show.
Episode right
oh man.
Nah, but like
I came with a lot of energy though. I came with a lot of energy, so I hope I gave that out. But no, for all my dreamers out there, keep chasing your dreams, hustle.
And that's gonna wrap up episode 7, man. Appreciate everybody.
Appreciate everybody on the show. I appreciate DP the Kid.